Hello everybody, this is Beastdaemon and welcome to Lucky by Nature. Today I will be showing you what I think is the best way to start playing Ark. This is especially useful for people that are new to Ark and also to those people that want to make a switch between PvE and PvP or vice versa. So first thing we want to do is find a low populated island server, because that is where you're gonna get the best results. And I just want to thank you guys for being here with me, and don't forget to hit that like button if you find this useful and want to see more content like this. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. So what I'm gonna do here is we're just gonna spawn on the default region, which is this one here. There are several different ones that you can choose. There are better ones, but I'm just gonna do this for simplicity, more or less. And I am doing this on an official PvP server, so that way you can see how easy it is. But more than anything, obviously you have to know the map, or at least if you're new to this, obviously you won't know the map. Or you won't be familiar with it. So just pay close attention. And so what I like about these official servers is that a lot of the areas are completely clear from all the trees and things like that. So it's easy to find a lot of things. As you start running, just start collecting berries, because obviously you're going to be getting hungry since you're going to be doing a lot of running. But this is basically what I do every single time. And what I'm doing now is I'm just going to go to the first note or dossier, which is really close here. And we are close to Rock Island, so for those of you that are familiar, I'm sure a lot of you know this like the back of your hand, because you've played quite a bit. We already picked up one level, but we are about to get a lot more. Alright, so that was our first one. So let me get out of here real quick, because I don't want to be surprised by anything dangerous. And anytime you hear that music, you know something's up. But if that little bird wants to steal my berries, that's fine. I don't really care. So now we're at level 9, which my target level is 38, because that's when you can build a Pteranodon Saddle. And of course I don't really want to deal with any beach bobs, so you gotta pay close attention. So what I did here is I put all my berries on my hotbar, so that way I can be running and eating at the same time if I get hungry. And I do always tend to stay close to the water, because that way I can just run by and take a little drink before I go inland. And on these official servers, you need to really pay close attention to all these bodies laying around, because a lot of them have the rabies or whatever sickness. Let me see. There's another note somewhere around here, but I think I'm too far west, so let me go east a bit. I think it's closer to, oh, here it is. And see, that gave me 7 levels. So we're at level 16, and literally it's been less than 5 minutes since we got in here. So this is just, you know, super easy. And there are several things that we're gonna need. Obviously, one of them is gonna be a bola. You're gonna need a club. And then of course the Pteranodon Saddle, but for that, as we all know, it takes quite a bit of hide to get. but we're already going to be at level 24. I put some on Fortitude, just one, because that way, while I'm running, if I do get hit by a Pteranodon, I'm still able to stay awake. But you can only take one hit. If they hit you more than once, then you're pretty much done. Now, normally I don't have an issue. I rarely ever get hit by Pteranodons, because by the time I go into the woods where the Pteranodons are, I'm usually, you know, a pretty decent level. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna let this guy kill me, because I already got the notes that I need in this area. And this is just to you know, get things done quick. I do have the level up run, which you know, it's continuous. Alright, so I am going to go to another area where I can get the rest of the levels. And this one's usually the best, right here. So let's go there. Because there are a lot of notes here. Normally I would start over here. Whoa, what is that? Look at that. A Titan on top. I've never seen that. It almost seems like it could belong to somebody because it's not moving, but I want to show you where I'm at on the map. I'm really close to red. You can see it over here, but okay, it's getting dark, so let me change the gamma. There we go. Now you guys can see a little better. But there's quite a few over here, and like I said, this is PvP, so you have to keep an eye for all these beach bobs, like I said before, because they do like to troll, and you know, not all of them, but quite a few of them. And so you don't want to be surprised, and that's why I came into a really low population server. Alright, so that gave me one more, so we're at 25. And basically you can choose whatever you want. Of course, I do like speed, and I do like a little stamina, and you know, so I'm trying to get a few different things. You never want to waste your points on things like oxygen. I know that a lot of people you know, think they need oxygen to move fast in the water. That's no longer the case. Just FYI. Now it's actual speed that helps you in the water, where before it was actually oxygen. And I noticed that a lot of newer people, they tend to put points into water and food. Don't do that. Just make sure you carry berries with you. And whenever you're running around like this, always you know, keep an eye behind you, because something might be coming after you, or someone. You just never know. So you constantly have to make sure that you keep an eye on your surroundings. And that's probably the biggest thing with these runs. Even though this one's going to be really, really short. I no longer do the entire run just because it's not necessary. And I will show you why. But so yeah, it's a little hard to see in here. So you have to be really, really familiar with the area. And it's down here. I am playing on PC, and so I can actually use K, but I'm trying not to use it now. And the reason you use K is so you can see behind you while you're running. But I know that a console doesn't have that. You would have to actually get the little menu wheel up, and that can put you at risk. Oh, this is nice because it's nice and clear. And so now we're looking pretty good, guys. Look how many. That puts us to what, 34? But the biggest thing here is, you know, I mean, obviously I'm gonna need a little bit of stamina, health, and speed. I don't typically put points on weight right off the bat just because right now that's not important. So there's a couple of notes or dossiers. One is on the very top and then one on the side, and then we're gonna need to transfer. So now let's go over here. I'm gonna look and see what is in this drop real quick, and that's junk. I could use it later, but I want to use the light of the drop to be able to see in here. There we go. Ouch. Oh, these little guys. Oh, okay. I just oh, there it is. I just got hit by a Pteranodon. This is this is what I'm talking about. They're all over in this little spot, and I should be able to handle that one hit, but I cannot handle another. So that's why that was so important, that you put one point on your fortitude, and there it comes. So I can't allow it to hit me. So if you jump into the water, they will not follow you. But I am hungry, so now my torpor is starting to go up. So as soon as I get out of the water, I'm going to start eating, and that should take care of that. And see, I don't need to stop because it's on my hot bar. Alright, so we are close to quite a few other notes and dossiers. And as you can see on the bottom right, I have the buff for XP. And it's at 3,321. But you know, I don't really care about that because once you transfer, you lose that, or if you die, you lose that. So it's not that big a deal to me, because the biggest deal is if you get into the 60s, you can pretty much build just about everything you need. Oh, somebody built right on top of this one, but I was still able to get it. No, I'm not gonna jump down there because I could die because my health is really low. So let's put a little on the health, and there we go. So we're already at level 40, so we already reached our target level of 38. But we are going to keep on going just because, like I said before, we are really close to a whole bunch of notes and dossiers. So we'll just go ahead and keep on grabbing, because you know, the higher level you are, the better, obviously, when we go ahead and transfer. And there's one of these little islands. And I know that the run, it's actually one of our most popular videos. So every single month, it's always #1 as far as viewership and how many minutes people spend watching it. So I figured I would do this since you know, a lot of people are still having a lot of troubles, and it is hard. It's not easy. But like I said, I mean, I've done this so many times. And right now, I'm not even following the actual path that I normally would, because normally I would be coming the other way. So I'm going in reverse right now, and just because I'm trying to grab, you know, the ones that are really close by. And then I'll deal with the rest later. But for now, this is good. This is where I'm at. So now we have, I believe, around 2, 3, maybe 3 more to get, maybe 4 before we go to a different server. And just remember to always keep on getting your berries. Keep an eye on the food on the right, because as you can see, it's very low. And also the water. Berries do give you a little bit of water, but if you're constantly running, then obviously that's not going to help. And being that we're so vulnerable, Normally I would, you know, if I'm running, but this is during battle. I run, I get down on, you know, on my stomach. You lay down and you get your stand back quicker. But and then your water and food goes down slower, which is nice. But in this situation, we can't afford to because we have no armor. And if a Pteranodon happens to come by, or a raptor nowadays, then that would be devastating, because there would be no way that we could survive that. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and learn these things here, because when we go over to Ragnarok, any little insulation that we can have is going to be good. And here's the club at level 8, at level 9 the bolas, and of course we need to go down to 38. Sorry, I'm using a controller, an Xbox controller, and so it's a little finicky. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, there we are. Alright, so we got the things we needed. So now we need to go across, and that's perfect because look, there's one more box that we can get over there. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and jump into that drop and head over to Ragnarok. Alright, so we haven't had much trouble, that's for sure, and it's nice. But there's always somebody built over here, and so we have to be careful. So what you want to do is you always want to make sure before, if you see a building like that, you always want to make sure that you have plenty of stam in case somebody does try to get the drop on you, so you're able to run, especially if you're going to jump into the water. Because I have seen people that jump into the water with no stam and then they end up drowning. Alright, so we can't take any of the stuff because of the stupid timer. That's okay. So now we're gonna look for Ragnarok, and we're gonna go into a very low populated map. And these are kind of high. Decisions, because you also want one with good ping, just because, you know, that can get annoying. Alright. The ping is not the best, but more important than the ping is, of course, population, because you don't want, I mean, you want, you know, time to get your bird and all that stuff without being bothered too much. And that's not gonna happen. Definitely don't go over by blue. Over here on Highlands, it's probably the best spot, but don't forget it's gonna be probably cold if it's at night. So we'll find out here. And it's during day, but look, you can still see the snowflake there. All right, so now we get to use the last two that we got, the last two levels. So we're at level 51 already. And it's been approximately 15 to 16 minutes since we started playing the game. So see, there's a lot of bodies here. Now, the good thing about that is that you could kill the bodies, and you can get a little meat, and that could be useful when we start taming a Pteranodon. And Pteranodons are everywhere, and the reason I choose this Ragnarok, obviously I'm not gonna go to any of the other maps because they're a lot harder, but Ragnarok actually gives you everything you need. You don't have to go and punch trees for wood or thatch, because as you can see, there's little sticks everywhere, and you pick those up, and as you saw just a little bit ago. And so you get wood. You're gonna need stone for the bolas. Each bola takes 3 stone. So And I did put a little, a couple of levels on weight just because I know I'm gonna need it here. But there's always a lot of pteranodons in this area. And there's also a lot of different veggies. Well, not a lot, but 2 different veggies, but there's a lot of it. So there's a lot of carrots, and there's a lot of saber root. And you can get yourself a horse. In fact, what I did is I started on a different server just to go and troll, and I got myself a horse and went around trolling people, trolling bobs, beach bobs, and that was pretty fun. So what I'm looking for now, obviously I need thatch. I haven't been able to find it. I know that there's some further down, but I'm gonna go ahead and get some now, so I can build myself my clothing and these tools that I need here. Obviously, you're gonna need some flint. So we're almost there with all the stuff that we need. And if you go to the blue area, which like I said, I don't suggest because a lot of the newer people go to the blue area because it's by default, it is chosen for you. And so a lot of newer people, they go there, or a lot of trolls go there because they know a lot of new people are gonna go there. And so they go for this whole purpose of trolling, and we don't want to get killed. So what I'm looking for now are the carcasses of whales and basils, because that's where we're gonna get our hide, and we need a lot of hide for that Pteranodon saddle. I believe it's like 240, which that's a lot. And it would take you forever to get that kind of hide on the island. And this is just such a big map, so it'll be rare for us to see somebody with such low population. So we should have already seen at least one carcass, but it wasn't there. But there's some more further down, unless somebody already harvested. But that would be unlikely. But I do see a little hut over there, so we may end up dealing with somebody. But at least we have our clubs, so if we do, we end up whacking them over the head, and maybe they got some goodies that we could use. But I don't typically go after anyone because unless I'm gonna troll, of course, but typically I don't if I'm concentrating on getting things done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring all these guys over to the turtle, and so I can get them fighting. Usually the turtles can kill them unless they're high level, but alright, so now we're gonna have to get real close to that turtle, so these guys will hit it while they try to hit me. And so you gotta try to use dinos for your benefit. Alright, so now you guys can have it out, but it looks like one of them is still wants a piece of me, but it should aggro on the turtle. There we go. Now if the turtle loses, they're gonna eat the turtle, so that is not the outcome we want. Oh, here we go. Here's thatch after I already beat my knuckles. I finally find it. It looks like the turtle is going to lose. Alright, we need that for hide. You can harvest hide better. Alright, so now we're gonna have to get some flint because the Dillos won, so we're gonna have to kill them ourselves. And what I'm looking for is, of course, is hide and meat. The reason that I like this area, the highlands is because usually there are ovis in the area. So we are going to look for that later once we're all situated, because that way we can tame a Pteranodon really fast. While with just regular meat, it's going to be a little rough. It's going to just take a little longer, that's all. Whenever you fight these guys, just kind of go in circles. They will miss you every time, as you can see. And if they do get lucky and spit on you, you'll still be able to see them, so you're okay. These guys are not that dangerous. Ooh, a 135, that was high level. Alright, so let me see here. I need to make my hatchet, okay. So now that's what I want to use to be able to get as much hide as possible. And we got none. That's ridiculous, but you know, it happens. It's alright. Let's try to deal with this guy and see if this one will give us any. But these guys don't really give you that much hide, to be honest. I find that the Listros usually give you more. A lot more. While Jerboas are pretty insane. For such little thing, they do give you a pretty large amount of hide. But we're not going anywhere near the desert, so... That was a nice try. There's just a slight little lag, but it's not too bad. On consoles, I find it that it's a lot worse. Oh, look at that. That one did get me. But as you can see, you can still see them. They do slow you down, so you wouldn't be able to run anyway all that fast. Alright. Alright, so that one gave me pure hide. That's good. So that's not bad. I'm gonna make my bolas. We shouldn't need more than a couple. Really, all I need is one. But you also have to look for a low level Pteranodon. Usually between 20 and 30. And look, there's a lot of little things over here, and here's Listro. A lot of times they do give you a lot of hide, other times they don't. It's just the luck of the draw, guys. Ooh, I accidentally took a extra hit there, and that kind of screwed me over. But you know, these little dodos, they give you a little something too. And for the time being, you can't even tame these guys, which it kind of sucks if you're a new guy, but or a girl. But the thing is, this is only temporary while the whole Easter thing is going on. It's weird how it keeps on getting dark and light. Alright, so don't forget you need a lot of narco berries. There are not a lot of bushes around here, but there are a lot of yellow flowers in the area. So those also give you berries and things. And I don't think it'll take that long to tame a Pteranodon. So we are almost ready. It's starting to get dark. So I'm gonna have to deal with the cold, because it will get cold. Alright, so I am going to go check and see if there's something good in this drop. And it's yellow, but we should be high enough level to be able to look in. And that's the beauty about this method that I use, is that you go up in level so fast. I mean, the only one that I can't get to is red. I think that you need to be like a 60. I can't really remember. Oh, this is nice. That's a good find. And as you can see, I am cold, so my health is going down slowly. Maybe this will provide a little bit better insulation, but nope. Nope. So we're just gonna go and try to get it to a spot where it's not so bad, and then I will be back. Alright, so we survived the night. And we're still a little cold. Oh, look. This is what I was looking for. But the volcano is erupting, so that's kind of cool. But this is what I was looking for. So if you want to make narcotics, you know, look how much spoiled meat you get. But of course, I'm not even going to bother with that. And also, you need keratin for the Pteranodon Saddle. And this will give us plenty. And as you can see, we're getting oil. But mostly, it gives you a ton of spoiled meat. So we're just going to have to chunk it. It's just crazy how much how much resources this gives you. And in this area, we're getting close to where all the bad stuff is, like those lizard-looking things. But you don't want to get too close to that. All right. I'm gonna make this, or I'm gonna get the stuff, these engrams, just in case we decide to make some narcotics, and also if it takes us a little too long to find what we need. But I don't think that will happen. But just in case, if it's taking too long, I will go ahead and make a little one by one, and but the problem is that if I make a bed, I will use a lot of the hide, which I do not want to do. But you know, you're always going to use a bed, so even when we go back to the island after we get our Pteranodon, we are still going to need a bed over there, so it's all good. Because once we transfer, don't forget you can't transfer dinos or back to another place or upload them if you want to keep them safe. So yeah, but the good thing is that you can put a Pteranodon in a 1x1, so you're good there. And so what we'll do is we will find a place in the middle of the woods somewhere once we are done with what we need to do. Yikes, I get so heavy with all this spoiled meat and also the oil. But we are getting closer and closer to our target, which is 240 hide. Now I want to show you where I'm at, so that way you can have an idea. But basically, if you do spawn over here on Highlands, just keep on walking along the beach. And that's a lot of blood. Alright, so we keep on getting keratin. The hide is a little bit on the low. If we had a metal hatchet, that would have been better. But for that, we would have needed to go to blue and open up some of those little boxes, wooden boxes that are laying all over the place. But like I said before, that would be taking more risk than we need to. So let me see how much hide we have. Okay, we are doing really good on the hide. We got what, 220 or so. So all we need to do is just kill a couple of little things. Listros tend to hang out in this area. So let's see if we, oh, okay, I see one there. And we just need to keep an eye for those lizard things. And so I want to make it go that way, away from where the lizards are. Alright, there we go. And always watch your back. That's some good hide there. There's a color lizard over there. It's pretty nice. A lot of colorful stuff. Alright, is there another listro? Okay, I see it. Okay, here we go. I also saw a dodo, so... But I think that with this one, we should be good to go. Man, these guys can take punishment. And we got another level. Oof, look at that hide. 20 hide. Wow. So that should do it. Now we can make the Pteranodon Saddle. And we can even make more bolas. Alright, we're looking good. Alright, so we're level 52. That is pretty good. So now what I want to do is go around and look and see if I can find an ovis. That's one of those little, what do you call, sheep? And normally, I mean, you see a ton of them in this area. So I don't know if somebody came and got them or what the deal is. But we'll see if we can find one. If not, we'll just do it the hard way, which is fine. It'll just take a little longer. But that's why, I mean, we're going to be doing a low-level Pteranodon for a couple of reasons. One is because if we go after a higher level one right now, we don't have any trank arrows and things like that. It will just take too much to take one down. A level 20 to 30, I haven't tried a 35, but I can basically bola one and just beat it as fast as I can, and usually they go down fairly quick. I have tried on a level 60 just to see if I could do it, and I couldn't do it. Maybe if I put some points on melee, but I typically don't, just because I use ranged weapons. So, I mean, the only time that I would use the melee would be at the very beginning, but I do go up in levels really, really fast. And when you do that, you can build a lot of things, and you can find, you can go after the red drops and things like that, the purple ones. And usually, I mean, like I already found a shotgun, so I would start working on my bullets, and there would be no need for me to be trying to hit anybody. So even if I went one-on-one, it just, yeah. Alright, so here we are. I'm trying to survive the cold, and I saw this one here, level 25, perfect. So I bola it, and now I'm gonna beat it to heck. And I don't even care if I take a couple of extra shots at it, because I mean, you're not gonna get many levels out of it anyway when it tames out. I think this is like 10 levels maybe. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, you can get up to 10 levels, but doing it with meat is just, you're not gonna get much. But it looks like 7.4% for every meat, so I do have plenty of meat. So it's just a matter of keeping it under. But instead of narcotics, it's best to use narco berries for something like this. Something this low anyway. I mean, narco berries are the best, and like I said, I'll explain why. But there's pros and cons to everything. But this guy's getting a little too close for comfort, so I am going to get it away from my Tame, because I don't want it to eat it. This guy's just going to provide me with more meat and a little more hide, which is good to go. For a level 45, that was a tough little guy. Alright, so and look, I used my pick to try to get more meat, and it only gave me hide. So yeah, this is so screwy. But it happens. Alright, let's see how we're doing over here. We're actually doing pretty good. Let's put some more meat in there for when it wakes up. It'll need it. And now we just have to keep on getting these narco berries. But I'm not gonna just sit, I'm not gonna sit here and have you watch the slow process of taming one of these things on official. So I'll be back when I'm a little closer. Alright, so here we are. This Pteranodon finally got done. It's a level 34. It's not bad at all. So we actually did pretty good with the levels. Oh, that's wrong. We don't want it to passive flee. We just want it to stand still. or we could have problems. The stamina is not very good. It's never going to be with something this slow. But that's alright. That's what we're going to work on the most. But now we're going to head over to red, because we are ready to go back to the island. We'll probably won't go to the same island that we were at, because as you know, population changes. So we'll just see. Now if it happens to have low population still, then we'll go there for sure. But if not, we'll just go to a different one. Alright, so here we are. We always have to keep an eye, because you don't want to lose this right off the bat, and you never know if somebody's waiting. That's why I don't like blue, just because somebody's always around there. But over here on red, it's always pretty lonely. There's pretty much nobody over here, and we have to deal with this stupid timer. So I can't go with the Pteranodon Saddle, and obviously we can't afford to make another one. So we're gonna have to wait the 7 minutes, which sucks, but yeah, I wish that they would do something a little different with that. But that's basically the most important thing. That, and the shotgun is not bad either. I mean, for starters, that's pretty good. So those two things I don't want to lose. So that's why we're gonna have to wait. And the best way to do it, in case somebody comes up, is basically go and I just want to check the time real quick. We're gonna go and hide in a bush. So all this stuff, you know, I don't need that. But there's also something wrong with Ragnarok. I don't know if you guys know this, but for some reason you can't take berries for whatever reason. I don't really know what it is. So as you can see, everything is good to go, but once we start heading over somewhere, let me put my this, and I also want to put the shotgun in there because I don't want to lose it in case I pop up somewhere and I get insta-killed. I can afford to lose everything else. That's fine. Alright, so we're gonna find the island, a low population island. There we go. You can see that one with a little star. But that one's the population has gone up considerably, so we're not gonna go there. Decisions. This one looks good. 12 people is not that bad. But now what we're gonna deal with is let me go ahead and change to 9 plus the ping is better. All right, so now it won't let us take the stuff for whatever reason. I don't really know. Sorry, I have to switch to my controller. So wacky. Come on, what the heck? Okay, and then gotta press A. There we go. See, items not allowed. So I removed all my veggies and stuff. So I don't get that. But anyways, this is as far as we go. I'll do another episode. So until next time, keep surviving.
My work saved the human race.